This is the all-new 2014 Mazda 6, the second vehicle from Mazda to come out with the full suite of SkyActiv technology. Now, what is SkyActiv technology? You've seen the ads on TV. Well, it's their approach to building a car from the ground up. Traditionally, car makers would come out with a new model. They might have an old transmission or an older engine they're trying to shoe into a new design. But Mazda decided to build their cars in a cohesive way. So they build the platform, the transmission, the engine, all at the same time to come up with their new vehicles. And this is the second vehicle to receive that suite of technology, the Mazda 6. We're here just outside of Austin, Texas. It's a great looking car. We're going to drive it around and find out if it has some zoom behind the wheel.
We started with a clean slate, so this is 100% new, no carryover, and it's 100% Mazda as well. There's no tie-ins with Ford. So it has new engine, chassis, body, transmissions, design, everything. SkyActiv is Mazda's philosophy for environmental or sustainable zoom. So it's our way of having a vehicle that's still fun to drive, but still at the same time has excellent fuel economy, excellent safety, just no compromise basically. The Mazda buyer is actually very unique. We have the second youngest buyer in the Canadian market, and they really enjoy the driving experience. They don't want to compromise that. They don't want something that just takes them from A to B. They want something that they can enjoy every day.
The Mazda 6 is sold with three basic trim levels, the GX, the GS, and the GT, the high-end model we're sitting in here. Starts around $24.5 grand, tops out at just over $32,000, and there are really only 9 configurations of this car to choose from, so ordering one will be simple. The inside is very nice. We talk about soft touch materials. This one is really one of the softest I've felt and looks very upscale. The whole attitude on the inside, even the areas that are covered in harder plastic, have a nice matte finish. There's not much sheen to them. It's a wide open, fairly flat dash with easy to read instrumentation. The radio is up high and easy to see. The heat is just below that, but it has premium feeling dials and a nice readout. So all of that is well done. The steering wheel is small to give the feeling that this car is more performance oriented. The way I would describe this interior is, yes, it competes with other mid-size cars on this price, but it has a look that feels more expensive and looks more expensive. The only car that comes close to this in finish, I would say, is the new Accord. The back seat is a nice size. It's got a very big trunk that's easy to fold down the back seats with a flick of a lever. So it's going to compete very nicely for the hearts and imaginations of Canadians that are looking for a mid-size car. But the way it drives is what's going to set this car apart from others in this class. Now, part of the SkyActiv technology that is the most impressive is the new 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine with direct injection technology and the highest compression ratio in the business at 13:1. That means they can get the high compression without using premium gas. They have a different system for their injectors. They spray the fuel into the cylinder in stages and spray it wide on the top of the piston head, and that avoids knocking. So you get a lot of power from direct injection without having to use premium fuel. 184 horsepower, 185 foot-pounds of torque. Now, the other part that goes along with all of that is the chassis, the platform this is built off of. And they changed the rear suspension, so the pivot point of the suspension is moved up into the body of the car. Doesn't really matter. What it means is that the rear suspension is less crashy over bumps. So when you add all of that together, you've got a wonderfully torquey and powerful four-cylinder engine. You've got a great platform with good stability, and you've also got transmissions that get the most out of the engine to also help in fuel efficiency. So building a car from the ground up with all the pieces working together definitely works with this Mazda 6. Now, Mazda is a small company inside the automotive industry. They used to be paired with the giant Ford, but that's no longer the case. So going with this SkyActiv approach not only lets them build cars around one cohesive design, it has also streamlined their manufacturing process. What that means to you is they're able to bring this more upscale Mazda 6 to market, but with the streamlined approach at a price that is very competitive. This is a very nice car and is definitely a challenger now in the mid-size class, and we can't wait for the next vehicle that they're going to give this SkyActiv approach to.
Looking for a family car? See all the reviews of the latest models at drivingtelevision.com.